It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we'll see this team's superstar running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's going to be a good one, and it's coming up next.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals come out. They're led by their quarterback, Kyler Murray, first overall pick in 2019. Wows you with those highlight plays over the years. Off the injury, Greg, the Cardinals quarterback, is once again the exciting Kyler Murray.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
Second down, Murray. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're all set to punt this one away. Now, how about this? It's a fake. Oh, he's got a man, and he caught it. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal. We're all set to kick this one away. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And now after all that, this is going to wind up as nothing more than an incomplete pass.
Relying on your kicker to throw the ball in an actual NFL game is certainly one choice, and that play from the jump just didn't seem like it had much of a chance.
Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And now after all that, this is going to wind up as nothing more than an incomplete pass.
So it's obvious during the course of the week in practice, studying the film, they thought there was an advantage they could take with their punt unit coming on the field and picking up a 4th down fake. But the execution just wasn't there. So again, you go back to the drawing board and you say,
now how about this? It's a fake. And now after all that, this is going to wind up as nothing more than an incomplete pass.
First off, let's give them a little credit here for at least completing the pass. But if you're going to run a fake, at least throw the ball past the yard to gain. It took a little too long for the ball to get there and ultimately allowed them to make the stop, and they can't move the chains.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And that is incomplete. They had a sure 3 points there, but they got a little greedy, went with the fake, and they'll get no points and turn it over on downs.
I know, Mike. It's easy to sit here and second-guess all of these. I find myself leaning towards just take the points. And if you are that committed to going for it on 4th down because you want 6, then just leave your offense on the field.
On the ground, here's the one-time Seminole. Oh, the defense snuffed that one out. He'll lose yardage, mark him back at the 3.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A short one here, caught by McBride. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
A sack certainly isn't ideal in this situation, but I think this quarterback considers himself lucky he at least prevented the safety. This defense is in attack mode. They know they're one big play away from taking a 2-0 lead.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free. So the two sides going to make that long walk to the other end of the field. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. They'll begin here on the ground. Oh, he's to the 35. Look at him go. Inside the 10. And he will go all the way. Incredible run. 99 yards for the touchdown. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. Before we get to this next drive, I want to take a look ahead what's coming up in prime time starting tonight. Sunday Night Football, two of the biggest surprises from last year in the NFL. Lions and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then on Monday night, it'll be the Dolphins and Rams in Southern California.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Murray now on 2nd down. That one is. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. They'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down. Working from the shotgun. It's nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Now he'll run it, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's on for the second time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. That is taken at the 10. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. This drive will start on the ground. Into space. Past midfield. He's inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he is unstoppable. He goes all the way. 99 yards. It's a touchdown.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. Caleb Williams, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Eagles. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Anthony Richardson leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we move into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Whoa! And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
On the toss, they'll run. Up the sideline, past the 30. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
At this point, Mike, it's clear this defense just doesn't have a lot of answers right now for this run game. A combination of the job being done up front by the offensive line and the big playability of this running back.
Here's a toss as they look to run. There he goes again. And he's got another one for the score. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year, and his third of this game. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Point after, coming up here. He's got it. And the visitors will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense back onto the field for their next possession. Greg, simply put, they've been off their game right from the jump.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just the way the game goes, and you can't really put your finger on it, but you feel good coming out of the week of practice. You feel really good about your game plan, and then once the ball's kicked off, nothing seems to work, and it's very frustrating because you can look great one week, and then the next week be completely taken out of your game.
On first down, it's Murray. That'll be... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The defense has got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. He's going to run it.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now he'll run. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. The Cards offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's the tight end. And not much room to speak of there. He'll get this one only to about the 3. Here's 2nd and 9. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this third quarter has come to an end. On third down, they go with Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Loose past the 35. He's got a first down past the 15. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. Here's a toss, right side. Up the sideline to the 15. Look at him go! Inside the 10. And he will dive into the end zone. 99 yards. It is a touchdown. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Working out of the gun, Murray. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with
that one underthrown and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. And it's looking like the win streak to start the year is going to continue for another week. What a tremendous performance here as they are out to finish this one off. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have one remaining. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. He's going to tuck it and go.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Taking off, just trying to make something happen, and the ball's loose on the field. The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Well, sometimes the offense tries to make a little too much happen, try to pitch it around, get an extra few yards, except they lose the ball, and the defense will take over.
Mike, you're exactly right. That is what happened here. That's just a prime example of a player just doing a little too much. Just secure the ball, get as many yards as you can, and make sure your team ends up still possessing the ball.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
An 11-yard loss on the play brings up the 3rd down.
Here we go. One final play. So it's a win for our visitors. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.